basketball icon or target? Mystery Shrouds Knight'sPassing at 83. Basketball legend and coach Bob Knight passed away at the age of 83, as announced by the American Basketball Federation. Knight is considered one of the greatest and most successful coaches in the history of the sport, having spent 29 seasons coaching, including 3 decades with Indiana University. He led the team to 3 NCAA basketball championships. Knight was known for his strong and sometimes controversial personality, as he was a prominent motivator of players and advocated for physical, aggressive play. He left a significant mark on the history of the game, whether with Indiana or other teams he coached. Knight passed away in Texas at the age of 83, which saddened the sports community and basketball fans worldwide. He remains one of the most successful and inspiring coaches of all time.
I became the head coach at West Point. I was the youngest coach in the country, head coach. I was 24 years old. And I had been in the Army, but I was a PFC, a private first class. That's about as low as you can get and still be in the Army. So now I'm out of the Army. I've fulfilled my 2-year commitment, and I'm the head coach at West Point. And I think that being inventive is really important. I think, how can I do this a little bit better? Or, this didn't work. What have I got to do here? I always thought in those ways. And in this particular circumstance, I'm now the head coach at West Point in basketball. That's about as far down on the ladder as you could be. I mean, the guy that sweeps floors is more important at West Point than the basketball coach is. And so
Bob Knight began his coaching career in 1965 with Army and had an extremely successful 25-year tenure at Indiana University from 1971 to 2000. He led Indiana to 5 Final Four appearances and national championships in 1976, 1981, and 1987, making him one of the most decorated coaches in college basketball history. Knight coached several Hall of Fame players like Isaiah Thomas, Calbert Cheaney, and others who credit him for their development. His intense personality and fiery coaching style and incidents like throwing a chair made him a controversial figure, but also a force in the game. After leaving Indiana, Knight also had brief coaching stints with Texas Tech and worked as a television analyst. He was inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame in 1991 in recognition of his incredible success and impact on the sport. Coaches like Mike Krzyzewski and Roy Williams looked up to Knight and considered him a pioneer for modern basketball coaching. Knight passed away peacefully at his Texas home, surrounded by family and loved ones. He will be deeply missed by the basketball world. A memorial service will be held in the coming week to honor Knight's legendary legacy and remember him as one of the giants of NCAA basketball.